For more than a decade, Karen has battled a mystery condition that robbed her of any quality of life. Then finally came the diagnosis that she has the rarest of diseases. Thinking she'd qualify for help, Karen applied to get the NDIS, but she was knocked back.
Yeah, it's not good, you know. My life is... It's just changed.
Karen Lockett lives with a 1 in a million condition.
It's hard. We've got grandchildren I can't play with anymore, you know what I mean?
Moving around her Perth home on a walker, husband Alan on standby to help with simple day-to-day tasks.
The most difficult part of it is we're socially isolated. We can't go out. If we do go out, it's with great difficulty.
Karen's health battle began more than a decade ago. Diagnosed at first with anxiety, then functional neurologic disorder.
I went for over a year thinking I had FND and getting worse and worse and worse and not knowing.
Finally, in November, the answer Karen never anticipated. Diagnosed stiff person syndrome, a rare progressive neurological disorder thrust into the spotlight by fellow sufferer, global superstar Celine Dion.
'Cause I'm your lady.
We now know this is what's been causing all of the spasms that I've been having.
The debilitating nature of the disorder laid bare in the singer's heartbreaking documentary, aired on Prime, I Am Celine Dion.
That I couldn't walk. I was losing my balance a lot. It was hard to walk. A lot of pain. And she came in and she started crying and she said, I got to a stage where I couldn't walk and I felt like I was going to fall, and I just burst into tears and I said to Alan, that's me, that's me.
When your back seizes up or when you're going into that space, what does it feel like?
I can't breathe. As soon as I go into a spasm, I can't breathe or anything. It's not pain, it's stiff, it's tight, really, really tight, where you just think you can't move at all.
The characteristics of stiff person syndrome are that the spasms can be extremely painful, lasting minutes for hours at a time, often triggered by things such as unexpected noise or startle, sometimes bumping into something, sometimes simply stress.
Neurologist Dr. Victor Fung says the nature of these symptoms is what makes stiff person syndrome difficult to detect.
It's so rare that there's no way one can predict whether one will get it or not. About 2/3 of people with stiff person syndrome will have other autoimmune disease as well.
To make a difficult diagnosis even more challenging, Karen's attempt to secure support from NDIS has been far from smooth. The 65-year-old applying to the service 1 year ago when she was told she had FND, but was knocked back.
So then when I got diagnosed with this, my neurologist gave me a letter, my new GP gave me a letter, and that was it, I think. Yeah. And I sent it in, and the same thing happened. He rang me and he said, no, you don't qualify.
Because Karen's having a treatment that's trying to help her a little bit, they think, oh, then you can't have any money, you can't have any support. Because they think, well, you may get better, but the doctors have said this is not proven to be a cure, this is just something to help. We hope it helps.
Karen's treatment involves ongoing injections for the next 6 months. In a new letter from her specialist to the NDIS, it states, although we expect to see improvements in Karen's medical condition, it is likely that there will be residual levels of functional disability.
The doctor said, NDIS, you should be supporting this lady. And still we haven't heard anything back from her.
The NDIS told A Current Affair that access to services is based on a person's functional impairment, not on their condition or diagnosis. In Karen's case, she's been assessed 3 times this year, with the outcome each time that she does not meet NDIS eligibility. Right now, the NDIA is assessing Karen's most recent application. In the meantime, Karen has no other option but to rely on her husband, who at 70 has health issues of his own.
It's getting harder for me, for sure, and I'm not sure how long I can keep doing it.
To be honest with you, it's really hard for me to actually apply for things like this because I've never been a person that doesn't. I've worked all my life and everything. I'm not happy I have to do it, but when you listen to doctors and they say what could happen down the track, you know, if I can't walk at all, he's going to need some help with me as well.
Yeah, and look, at the end of the day, it just doesn't pass the pub test. Let's hope common sense does prevail and Karen gets the help she so clearly needs.